Last time you saw us, we were in Florida checking out their tallest waterfall that disappears underground, exploring their only underground air-filled cavern open to the public, hiking and biking some great trails, and kayaking a spring-fed lake. Today we'll be changing time zones again as we travel into the Suwannee River country. They call this area the Big Bend. The landscape has changed and we're seeing trees, trees, and more trees. We'll make a couple of stops before heading to our base area. Our first stop is another Florida state park. This park has one of the world's largest and deepest springs. We called ahead to check for RV parking. There's no camping here, but there's a beautiful 1930s Spanish-style lodge. The online tickets were sold out and all that was left was first come first serve. Since we were just passing through, the times available didn't work for us, so we passed. We decided to see if we could have lunch there, but the restaurant was booked with reservations. So this trip was a bit of a fail, but no worries, we had been here before. It was here we had our first experience with boiled peanuts. We weren't a fan. We had one more stop to make, and the forecast didn't look good. The park is open 9 to 5 and closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Admission to the park is free, but admission to the museum is $2 per person. Through visiting the museum, we learned about the forest industry in the area, particularly the longleaf pines. Did you know that there are 5,000 products produced from these trees? There are government incentives for landowners to grow pines. There's also a 19th century cracker homestead behind the museum, but right about the time we were heading that way, a very loud thunderstorm blew. An incredibly loud boom of thunder scared Sadie so bad she jumped through the small window of the truck and met us at the front door. I didn't know the girl had it in her. We chose a centrally located private park for our stay in the area. Rising out of the Okefenokee Swamp in Georgia, the Suwannee River runs 250 miles through Florida before entering the Gulf of Mexico. The river derives its tannic color from decaying vegetation in the swamp. We arranged a shuttle to kayak the Suwannee River from the resort. We put in at the historic bridge and paddled to the resort. It cost us $25 to transport 2 people and our kayaks. As per our usual, we decided to take a look around, so we headed to the Gulf. Our first stop was Steinhatchee to have some lunch. This small town is home to one of the state's best scallop grounds due to its freshwater rivers that flow into the ocean. When we asked some locals where we should poke around, they sent us to Hagen's Cove and Keaton Beach. There's a few things that the Hubs really gets excited about. Getting something for nothing is one of them. Small towns are the best. The Big Bend area of Florida is sparsely populated with friendly folks. While hanging out and grabbing something to eat, a local noticed I was admiring the live oaks and struck up a conversation with us. He gave us a history of the area and directed us to the town park to see a cracker house and more beautiful live oak trees. The Suwannee River Management District has one of the highest concentrations of freshwater springs in the United States. We decided to take a look at a few. Unfortunately, Peacock Springs was currently closed to swimming and the nature trails were closed as well. But we did have an interesting conversation with a diver who was there. He told us that our home state of Colorado has the most scuba divers. Strange. We hopped over to Lafayette Blue Springs. It was a ghost town as well. It seemed that the high river level of the Suwannee was causing brownout conditions in the springs. without the opportunity to swim, the park seemed to shut down. We didn't bother going to Troy Springs since the conditions would be the same. In many ways, this leg of our trip seemed like a fail. We didn't fully enjoy several state parks we had planned to visit. Instead of visiting Suwannee River State Park, I spent the day on a FaceTime call with my son-in-law, trying to figure out technical problems, and then spending a lot of money on a new phone. Having said that, we experienced some things we didn't anticipate. We spent the week as social RVers rather than campers, and even enjoyed some of the amenities at the resort. Plus, the hub still makes me laugh with corny jokes. Join us next week when we explore Oleno State Park and kayak the Ichetucknee and Santa Fe rivers. And yes, things did get better.
I'd avoid sushi if I were you. It's a little fishy.